Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Zach's Credit Card Guide. This week we're going to do a run through of a brand new card that just came out on the market. It's a card for Verizon customers. So this was a card that just came out. You can start applying for it starting last Friday. And it's a card issued by Synchrony Bank. They do a lot of like store branded cards. So if you get a card like a Kohl's charge card or one from Macy's or like all these store branded cards, a lot of them are underwritten by Synchrony Bank. This is pretty much all they do. And this card is for Verizon customers. So it is a pretty compelling card for the right person with the right goals. So let's run through some of the details. So the first thing is, what does it earn? So it earns cash back, but with some fine print. So it does earn cash back, but it can only be used for Verizon products and services. And one of the easiest ways to do that is as a statement credit on your bill. So just to get this part out of the way, yes, it's kind of cash back because if you're a Verizon customer, you have to pay that bill anyway. So if, let's just say your bill's $100 and you use some of this cash back to pay that $100, now you have $100 in your checking account that now you don't have to give Verizon. So I'm just going to call it cash back. It's basically a cash back equivalent, and there's no cap on how much you can earn, and there's no expiration date on that cash back. So now let's look at how you can earn these Verizon bucks or whatever you want to call them. So the card is pretty compelling. You'll get 4% back on gas and groceries, 3% back on dining, 2% back on Verizon purchases, and 1% on everything else. So right away, those are some pretty high bonus categories and quite a few of them on what is a no annual fee card. And that is one of this card's strongest selling points. So again, you take this card, if you're just gonna run this card on this system, if you're focused on team cash back and you're a Verizon customer, this might be a pretty good way to go. It's a no annual fee card. You're getting some pretty good bonuses on some spending categories that a lot of us spend money on. 4% on gas and groceries. Right now, gas might not be a really strong spending category for you, but it probably will do in the future. Groceries are probably more than anything else. 3% on dining. Some restaurants are starting to open back up and you can always get takeaway. So all of those categories are probably a large part of most people's budget. So you could really rack up some cash back that, again, just use it to pay your Verizon bill. And then when you don't transfer that money to your checking account, it's kind of like just straight cash back that you can use for whatever you want. So when you get the card, the sign up bonus is $100, but they're going to break out that $100 over 24 months. So you're only going to get like $4.16 per month as a discount on your bill. Personally, I think that's pretty weak. It ties you into them for 2 years. I mean, if you want all that value, obviously you can leave them whenever you want. But now you're kind of committed if you want that $100. And maybe that's what they count on, is not actually having to pay that out. If they look at everybody as a whole, churn, who's going to leave and who's going to, all that stuff. So I don't know, but it is $100. You just have to wait 2 years to get it. They are working on having it fully integrated into the major mobile wallets. So like Apple and Google Pay, it should work in those systems. You'll be able to add it on your phone and use it electronically. And one kind of interesting thing is this will be the only credit card that you can get Verizon's Autopay discount, which as a personal aside, I think is pretty scummy. I think if you're gonna have Autopay, you should be able to use whatever credit card you want. That's what my carrier does, T-Mobile. I don't know what Verizon's problem is. Obviously, they just want you to pick up this card. I don't know what drug deal they made with Synchrony Bank or why they need to incentivize people to use it. But if you want the Autopay discount on Verizon, you have to use this card. So it almost forces you to get it in a way if you're a Verizon customer, because otherwise you're just burning money if you want to use a different card. Which if I was a Verizon customer, I'm not. I use T-Mobile because they're freaking awesome. But personally, I like to chase in cash for a lot of my home utilities, like my mobile bill, because I get 5 times UR points, which I'd rather have than 4% cash back any day. But say I had Verizon, now I got a decision to make. Do I take the Chase points at 5 times, or do I take 2% cash back with the Verizon card and that Autopay discount? It's kind of up to you. You're going to have to do the math in your family's situation. How many lines do you have? What does that discount add up to? If that's the only way to get the Autopay discount, that lower bill might outweigh if you're on team points like I am, trying to use a different card that gets higher bonuses. So you see what I mean? So you're just going to have to do the math and really figure out what's worth it for you. And as I mentioned before, there's no annual fee, which is pretty sweet. I mean, that right away makes it a no-brainer if this is kind of the road you're going down. And there's no foreign transaction fees. So if this was the only card you had, or one of a few, you could take it traveling and you wouldn't have any issues there. Now the card is run on the Visa network, and it is kind of an interesting design. We'll throw it up on screen here. It's going along with kind of this recent trend of putting all of the information on the back, and it appears to be oriented in kind of portrait mode rather than landscape, if you know what I mean. So that's kind of an interesting design choice. And it is all black. You know, a lot of Verizon's marketing materials is red on black anyway, but they went for kind of a clean black card, which I guess looks kind of cool. Another interesting benefit as a card holder is you get 2 free travel pass days annually. And with Verizon, what this is typically a $10 per day charge to use your phone in international countries, something that T-Mobile gives all of us for free, but we're not going to go into that. So anyway, Verizon charges you $10 a day to do this. If you have the card, you can do that twice for free each year. So that has a retail value of $20. It's a no annual fee card. So if you're going to travel internationally, which is a big goal of this channel and why we do this, you can take your phone and use it at least 2 days for free. So before we wrap up, guys, just a couple comments from me about this whole thing. So one, like I said, it is a decent card if you're focused on cash back and you are obviously a Verizon customer. It might make sense to do. Again, especially if you're focused on cash back anyway, if that's the setup you're running, it might be a no-brainer for you to get just because of that Autopay discount. And then the bonus categories are pretty good. The sign-up bonus is what it is. It's $100 over 2 years. But overall, it might make a lot of sense for you if you're a Verizon customer. Now, a couple things here is, one, you do also want to look at if the card you're using right now has cell phone insurance built in. You're going to have to value how much that cost is to you to give that up, because of course this card does not appear to offer that, and it would make sense because Verizon, like most US carriers, sells an add-on for device insurance. So there's no way they would give it away for free on their card. I mean, that would be cool to incentivize people to get it, but they probably make way too much money trying to sell it to you on the side. So it doesn't appear to include that. I couldn't find any literature that said it does. So I'm just going on the assumption that it doesn't, because again, it would just cannibalize that part of their business. So you'll have to decide how much that's worth to you. And also, if you go into a Verizon store, expect them to be pushing this hard. So one of the jobs I've had, it was quite a few years ago at this point, but for a little while I was selling in a retail store for one of the big US carriers. I'm not going to name which one, but we had all sorts of stuff that we had to pitch to every single person that came in the door. They wanted you to spitfire the whole portfolio at every single person. So I imagine that Verizon sales reps are going to have metrics to hit, especially on credit card applications. So if you have to go into the store to pay your bill or upgrade your phone or anything like that, expect them to be hitting you up hard to get this damn card. So you'll just have to decide if you want to or not. Obviously, it will count towards Chase's 524 if you care about that. But like I said, if you're a Verizon customer focused on cash back, it might make sense to pick up anyway, if for nothing else than that Autopay discount, that right now this is like mostly the only way to get that, especially using a credit card. So that's it for this week, guys. What I want to know from you is, what do you think of this card? Does it seem competitive? Are you with Verizon? Are you going to pick it up? What do you think? Let everybody know down below. If you guys have any other comments or questions, please do leave them down below. I try to get to every single one. If you'd like to get in touch, here's my social media links, which are down in the description as well. And last, before we go, guys, if you enjoy content like this, please leave the video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Pretty easy and free ways to help support the channel. That's all I've got for you this time, guys. See you at the next one. Hey, thanks for watching. Make sure to drop a comment down below and give the video a thumbs up. Here's some other videos that I think you'll really like. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos, and I'm on Facebook and Twitter as well. See you at the next one.